Yeah. Stroh gonna have to let me get back on this one. Yeah. Might have to rip this shit again.
Yo, is this thing on? Yeah, it's on. This is JH. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this video. Today we're going to give you some specifics about a specific job, a specific position. That position is, Big Papi calling me mail handler. Alright, mail handler assistant. We're going to give you all the ins and outs of a mail handler assistant. Just to be clear, I'm doing one video per craft. That way there's no more confusion. What in the blue moon does a mail handler do? A mail handler works at a plant. A mail handler handles the mail anywhere and everywhere on the plant grounds. A mail handler's job is and includes, but is not limited to, moving mail physically with a forklift, moving mail physically with a tow motor, and if you have those licenses, a tow motor license or a forklift license, none of that matters. They're going to need to train you again. That's just how they do it. They're handling the mail from point A to point B. They move the mail all around. They sort the mail. They sort the mail by hand. They sort the mail with machines. They're constantly on their feet. They're pushing. They're pulling. They are assorting different types of mail. Mail that's coming into the plant from when the tractor trailer driver brings it in on the dock. They're moving that mail from point A to point B, from truck to trailer, from trailer to the machines. They are the backbone. Let's keep it real. They are who moves that mail around, and they do everything pertaining to the parcels with the post office. The one thing that they cannot do is they cannot process mail. The mail processing clerks have their own specific job duties. Mail handlers cannot do that. We will talk to you in another video about what mail processors do in a very general idea and give you the general pay. Okay. Back to the mail handlers. Mail handlers, they work on the docks. They work in the back. They work outside sometimes when they gotta. They're everywhere and anywhere that mail is. They're loading trucks. They're unloading trucks. They're loading equipment to go out. They're unloading equipment that has come in. They're using pallet jacks. They're constantly on their feet. They're constantly pushing, pulling. It is a very strenuous job. They work 3 tours, all 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's a mail handler at the job. They are mail handler assistants, which is what they come in as. A lot of people are hired as assistants, and then they move up to mail handlers once a position comes available, which is considered career. A mail handler assistant, although you read it say, oh, you don't know what the hours are, you're not sure if you're going to be working a full day. Mail handler assistants work anywhere between 8 to 12 hours a day. They have unlimited overtime because they move all day. They're moving mail. If there's a late trailer that's coming in or 2 late trailers, they're there to receive that mail and make that mail be processed. Let me correct you. To assort that mail to get it to the right places so that it can be processed. They work bundle sorting machines. I don't want to confuse you with the names of the machines, because you don't work there yet. And the ones that do work there, and you want to chime in, make sure you're speaking to people that don't know anything about this job. So I'm not going to use these robot one and the machines that the bulk mail is moved on. That's what we're going to you got a general idea of what they're doing. Do they make good money? Well, you may look and it says, oh man, they only start out at 16 something an hour. Yeah, they may start out at 16 something an hour, but at the end of the day, if they're putting in 4 hours of overtime every day, you get some massive overtime. They're making excellent money. They do move up in the craft, depending on how hard you work. You're able to move around to you're never really bored. You're never stuck in one spot doing one thing, because there's so many aspects to the mail handler and the mail handler assistant that you're never just bored out your mind. Again, front of the house, back of the house, side of the house, and you're working all around, and you will feel every bit of what you did while you're working. Money potentials. There is a video that I have, and one of the mail handlers that does the loading, I believe he was there for, I don't know, I believe somewhere 10 years or so, and he makes close to 100 grand a year. When you're starting out, and if you get a good year for a mail handler on their first few years is anywhere between I'm gonna say 48 to 52,000. That's on a good year. When you first starting out. So it's nothing to sneeze at. It's physical. It's there's a lot of work involved in it. Is it something that can be done? I see all age ranges doing that job. I may have mentioned it before, but I see deaf people doing the job. So can it be done? Absolutely. Would I do it? Hell no. I'm a truck driver. Just kidding. If I had to do it, that's what I would do. I wasn't always a truck driver. That is the mail handler's basic position. Their job, again, to reiterate it, is to move mail. They're on their feet. Nobody's sitting on their ass. They are on their feet. They're moving the mail from one area to the other area. They keep that flow of mail moving so that it can get scanned. It can go from one truck to another truck, so it gets to where it needs to be, whether it needs to go to one machine to another machine. Mail handlers do it. Sometimes they do it by hand, sometimes they're doing it by machine. I'm reiterating what I said because I can't break down something for somebody that doesn't know the machines. So if you ask me for specifics about certain things, I can't break things down to certain people that don't know about the post office. It wouldn't make no sense to you. So be cautious in the questions that you ask, because that's like you said, how's your neighbor doing? Well, my neighbor's doing fine. Hey, if I turn around and say, how's Jack doing? Like, who the hell's Jack? Exactly, you don't know who Jack is. So let's just be clear. Ask questions that pertain to what you want to know in a general sense. I can't give you all the ins and outs. Every place is different. We're giving you a general idea of what the pay is, what to expect when you walk into it, what your job entails. Again, mail handler is the go-to for everything, basically. They do everything inside that plant. Everything. Except for mail processors. And that'll be one of my other videos. Check that one out. Mail processors. That'll be the next one. Alright. JH Ducci's. This was mail handlers and mail handler assistants.